is Rupina. Welcome to our presentation. Today we are going to talk about the demand for assurance and the benefits of assurance service. In this presentation, I will be talking about the auditing assurance and the main factor that gives rise to the demand for assurance service in Australia, while my friend and the team member Rupinder will be covering about the condition that create the need for the independent financial reporting, while Deepak will be talking about the hypothesis that is used to explain the demand for audit, and Nishant, he will be talking about the performance of the stakeholder and analysis of the assurance, while Sabina, she will be talking about benefits of effectively implemented auditing standard, and lastly, Praful will be concluding this presentation. Audit is a form of assurance engagement which provides the reasonable assurance on a financial report. The importance of audit cannot be ignored since the investor pay their reliance on the audited account. Audit is all about the verification of financial numbers generated through the financial accounting principle. Audit and reviews enhance the credibility of the information contained with the financial report, compromising financial report, note to the financial statement, note to the director, and those information enables the shareholders and other stakeholders to make a assessment and decisions such as investing, de-investing, a new contract, new venture in the business, and so on. The Australian model of public sector audit is required annually, as well as the review of those state companies' half-year financial report. Financial statements are prepared in compliance with IFR, that is International Financial Reporting Service. The main factor which gives rise to the demand for assurance in Australia. In this topic, I'll be talking about conflict of interest, fraud and asset embezzlement, audit and assurance quality status in Australia. So, an audit of a financial report requires the auditor to have a close working relationship with management and the knowledge of many management action, decision, and judgment, which have a significant effect on a financial report. Therefore, an auditor is subject to be conflicting under pressure, and under pressure its likelihood to be biased, the biasness of judgment between the auditor and the management. The director and manager handle the business affairs of the company for the owner, and this might arise the issue of fraud and asset embezzlement, since the management and director are not working for themselves but they are working for the owner, and there is a mismatch in the incentives for the manager and the owner, which might result in the fraudulence. As per the survey conducted by the Financial Reporting Council, 93% people has voiced their opinion that the audit quality in Australia is above average, considering the fact that the external auditor provides an independent opinion in their assurance enhancement. The audit professional faces various challenges, giving rise to the demand for the assurance service in Australia, not only in Australia but globally.
This is Rupinder. I'm going to present my topic. My topic is the four conditions which create the need for independent financial audit reporting. As we know, audit plays an important role in operation of the equity markets. The first thing is the audit report, the second one is the financial report, the third one is the financial reporting standard, and the fourth one is the audit quality. In the first one, the audit report, for the independent audit and audit report is needed to eradicate the fraud which can be assessed after the completion of the audit process. The second one is the investor confidence in the audit report is also important for financial reports. The third one is international financial reporting standard recorded, and the fourth one is need to work on performance improvement of audit reporting quality. That's all.
I am going to deal with three commonly used hypotheses to explain demand for auditing. The three hypotheses are agency theory, information hypothesis, and insurance hypothesis. First of all, agency theory. Agency theory is the assumption where party of the contract work for self-interest. In this concept, the manager of any financial institution plays a vital role is they can manipulate the company's financial statement for their personal work or self-interest. So, the demand for auditing helps to free financial statements from this kind of material misstatements. And another important hypothesis is information hypothesis. Independent auditing results in improvement of the quality of information and reliable financial accounts. Shareholders and other investors review these audited financial statements to get reliable and better information for their investment decisions. The final hypothesis and the last one is insurance hypothesis. For creation of auditing demand, insurance hypothesis is recommended. Investor and creditors can create need for audit in order to cover their losses. In Australia, the major contributor for creating the need of audit and assurance services is the major dynamic legal environment. Thank you.
Hi everyone, it's me Sandakal. As we are discussing in our assignments topic, the demand for assurance and benefit of assurance services. My previous friend Deepak has talked about the hypothesis on that. I have mentioned the analysis that we have got through our assignment, that is perform a stakeholder analysis and consider the likely benefits of assurance services to each stakeholders that we have identified are mentioned in 4 points. First of all, I have mentioned that all of the stakeholders should be determined to respond each of the stakeholder in the internal controls. Secondly, I have mentioned that to manage the stakeholder, that should be on governmental or let's say regulatory bodies. And the third one I have mentioned in our slide is to foresee of fraudulent activity, because most of the fraudulent activity may occur in an organization. That should be managed and considered properly to do proper assurance in an internal controls. And the last but not least is to keep informed about company policy. All of the stakeholders should be concerned about the company policy made by the board of directors. They should concern it, and it will be good for every organization as well as for internal controls. Thank you.
My name is Sabina Khatri and I am going to talk about the benefits. My first point is cultural influence. International financial reporting standards are global standards which are adopted by various countries. It creates the cultural influence and makes the accounting standard more familiar. My second point is cross-border companies. When companies grow up considerably, the large groups are formed and subsidiaries are incorporated in different parts of the world. My third point is rise down. Under the International Financial Reporting Standards, the rise of are easier. And my fourth point is consistency. Most important benefits of the auditing standards are consistency. It is important to mention here that the quoted companies are dependent on the shareholders and make decisions that are desired by the shareholders. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Praful Pant and my student ID is EMB22069. Thanks to my group members who earlier talked about the importance of audit that cannot be ignored from the perspective of shareholders. From our assignment, we found out that importance of audit is perspective from shareholders. Today, I am here to discuss about the conclusions we make from our assignment, and I'll talk about our group members. So, importance of audit cannot be ignored from the shareholders' perspective. The shareholders are the real investors of the company and are not engaged in the day-to-day affairs to run the company. For running the day-to-day affairs of the company, the board of directors are hired, who manages the business. They run the business from day-to-day affairs. Therefore, it is imperative to have an independent check on the directors and the employees of the a company, to safeguard the interests of the shareholders and to protect their wealth, their money. The auditing standards are developed, flexible, and are revised time and again to incorporate the current event of a purpose to deter fraud and to ensure transparency of the financial statements. This concludes our assignment, and I hope our lecturer will like it, and thanks. We'll learn a lot from the assignment. Thank you.